This is my $100 CBR, and today I'm getting this motherfucker together. I can't swear. I gotta calm down with my swearing, guys. Oh, goddamn, almost tripped. All right, so I've done a lot of shit off camera, to be fair. A lot of little stuff that I figured wouldn't be entertaining. A lot of scrub-a-dub-dubbing. Honestly, like, the cases themselves had spray paint all over them, so I just sat here with a toothbrush and brake clean and rags and this and that and whatever. Just kind of got it off the best I can. So I did what I could, but it was starting to take off the OEM paint in some spots, and I don't really want to have it look too gaudy, so I got what I got. There's still some paint you can kind of see in like the nooks and crannies or whatever. Yeah, and then I also goofed up and I hit my frame with the fucking brake clean and took a bunch of pieces off. So just went over with a paintbrush and some paint and just kind of dabbed it over it. So hopefully that doesn't look too awful. Yeah, not ideal. Also, check out the back end of this thing, dude. It is looking fresh. Got my ching chong bing bong wheels, or tires rather, mounted to my wheels. And damn, dude, we got fresh bearings in there. We got hardware all set, rocking and rolling, ready to go. Shit, dude, it looks pretty freaking awesome. But yeah, other than that, just a lot of miscellaneous little things. Just cleaning stuff up with brake clean and wire brush. And I don't know if you guys can tell from here, but I think it looks a hell of a lot better. Also, put on the old chain guide. It's a little sad. It's probably going to break. Put on the new chain that I got. I lost the freaking master link, so I had to get one of those. Luckily, it was cheap. I'm not adding that to the budget, though. That's a goof on my part. I lost the master link. So right here, if you notice, somewhere we have a gold one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right there. I lost the master link and had to replace it with a gold one off of Amazon. I'm not counting that towards the budget. That was on me. That was just my fault. So I'll eat that one. It was cheap, but it was like $6, something like that for a pack of 4 of them. Whatever. We've got our chain on. Everything is tightened in the back. Brakes are nice and tight. Everything is good from here back. Now that everything is looking pretty decent, we've got new tires, new bushings, new bearings, whatever it is. The last thing I need to do, I mean, I guess I could do brakes, but the brakes, they seem to have a lot of life. Basically, have touched everything that I think needs to be touched for this phase 1 to be done. Honestly, if you look here, our brakes, we have some pads left over, enough for me to test the bike out. That's fine. The back has plenty of pad left. That's okay. This will be perfect for the last little bit of riding season. It is still nice. It is 70 degrees out here in New England, and I want to ride this freaking thing. There is one last thing I need to do before this bike is dialed for phase 1, and that would be the fork seals. If you can see right there, we got leaking fork seals. We got rusty fork tubes. Things are not looking too hot, and if I do not fix them, I'm going to make them real worse. So I need to take these off the bike and then figure out how to get the rusty crusties off of them. Probably do that once it's all apart anyway. And then these seals right here, there's dust seals and there's oil seals. Both of those are probably rough. So right here we got some all balls fork seals. Already worked these into the budget. So I gotta freaking slap those on. Before I get into the fork seals, I did get a couple more aesthetic things just to add to the budget a little bit. We're stepping it up a tiny bit. One of my biggest pet peeves with this CBR is the headlights. I don't particularly like the headlights when one of the lights is on and one of them is off, and that is how this bike is. One of them is the low beam, one of them is the high beam. I got these for free, actually. These ones are free. I got them from AutoZone because somebody returned them damaged. I'm gonna try and make them work. They're LED bulbs, and I'm gonna try and rig those up so both of them are on. It'd be pretty sick if I can make them like red and have them both be on, and then I can flip the switch to high beams or low beams or whatever I want and have them be completely off. If I need to do like a track day or anything like that, I can just have no lights and then tape over them or whatever I need to do. Haven't actually seen these yet. Ooh, look what the weather's doing. We got the Amazon specials here. Some sick adjustable. Wait a minute, are those freaking... Damn, dude, these CNC? That's pretty sick. Okay, so we have new clutch and brake levers because these ones, a little bent, a little long. I've seen some shit. This one's kind of donkey dick down a little bit. So we're going to put on some freshy new levers, and it'll just improve the feel of the bike, the aesthetics, everything. And I believe, like, this hits the fucking plastic too, so just kind of keep things tidy and out of the way. I think that will help a lot. Last thing, hopefully the last thing. This was cheap. I'm kind of a squid boy for doing this, but this is a mirror delete kit. Obviously, you can delete your mirrors. All you gotta do is you take these off, and it just looked funny if there was nothing there. So these are just like little plates that go in place of it. They were cheap. So I think just having no mirrors will really clean this bike up, make it look a little bit more aggressive. And since I'm planning on taking it to the track, and it being mainly a track bike, I don't really see myself needing mirrors. So without further ado, I don't want to do this. I'm not looking forward to doing it. The fork seals are not going to be fun. But luckily, I have a service manual that's going to walk me through it, hold my hand. I don't have to think about it, and hopefully we have enough fluid. I got like 2/3 of a bottle of the correct weight, which is 10 weight Maxima. Good stuff there. And then we have some 30 weight Harley oil, which is a little heavy for what I'm trying to do here. So hopefully don't need any of that, but that is that's all I got. So that's what we're gonna use. Excuse me. Let's get these forks off and get popping, baby. All right, pretty straightforward. We got these suckers out. All it was, we had a bunch of stuff down there, like the brakes and that fairing. Then up here, we had top clamp with a triple tree. We had our clip-ons down yonder. So we had two 12-millimeter bolts, had to loosen those up. And then we had two 10-millimeter bolts down on the lower. And then got slid right out the bottom. Now, I'm going to do this one at a time. And I'm going to read the book. Honestly, reading the book helps a lot. Watch some YouTube videos. Don't just go and try and do stuff without freaking knowing how to do it, especially when it's something important like this. Kind of expensive, kind of important, you know? So, yeah, let's rebuild these forks together. The most important thing I want to do is trying to get all this rusty crusty out. I'm hoping I can just use some WD-40 and just kind of rough it up and hopefully keep it polished, you know? So let me do some reading and some YouTubing, and we'll get the ball rolling. Man, I love this freaking book. So this is a 2003 frame with 2005 and 6, everything else. So the suspension I need is for 2005 and 6. It is inverted forks. So that is the diagram boopity boops that I need. So I'm going to read the disassembly of this. There's a lot of pieces. Look at this shit. Look at all that. Why is there so many things? Is pretty advanced suspension. I'm used to rebuilding Harley Davidson stuff. So this is a little bit much, a little more. All right, I sat there digging around for like 15 minutes and I figured it out without the book. The book was confusing me. So basically the book wanted you to take the top apart and yada, 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 and then use a spring compressor and all that other jazz. That might bite me in the ass, we will see. But I have it all apart now. Basically all I had to do, take this one guy out the bottom, down yonder, and then that freed this piece to come out the top with this 24 millimeter. So 24 millimeter, and then I think it's an 8 millimeter Allen. Basically loosen that up, slide this guy out. This guy's stuck in here. Take out the dust dude, then this little retaining clip, then the fork seals, then a washer, and then that shaboopy boppy there. That's it. This guy's apart, super freaking easy. I think that should have taken me like 5 minutes. Now I know what to do. I'm going to try and clean up this pitting. You see like the rust there? That is gonna rip the new fork seals. So, do another good old YouTuberoo and see what's goody in the hoodie, how to remove this. I'm pretty sure it won't take much. Like, this is a nice polished surface. I'm gonna clean this up nice. This, good. This, bad. All right, everybody. We have our fork tube. I'm going to be using some WD-40 and some 1500 grit sandpaper. This is according to some YouTube dude. I'm gonna try it. 1500 grit wet sand. Basically, you wanna just spray it on the paper, go this way. Not this way, okay? It's all about the technique, everybody. So, like this. Not like this, like this. Different strokes for different folks, everybody. You don't wanna rip them fork seals. I'm thinking this shit doesn't actually work. So, I mean, it probably does on light pitting, but you can see here, I'm just scratching it up. It's like more dull here than there, obviously, because I'm using sandpaper and WD-40, but you can see the pitting. It's like pretty deep in there, so I don't know. I'm gonna keep cracking along a little bit. I've been at it for like, I wanna say half an hour, and I guess it got a little bit better, but it's still there and evident. So, gonna have to keep cracking away or just cross my fingers that these hold. Well, unfortunately, we still have our pitting. It is actually like pretty far recessed into the fork tube. Hopefully it's not gonna rip the seals, but for phase number 2, we are gonna have to get some fork seals. But for now, I think these will be okay to run. Realistically, the fork end's here, and like how often am I gonna compress it all the way down here? Not much, but still want to do things right. So I'm going to go ahead and reassemble the fork, get on to the next one, do the same exact thing, just a little bit. It did help a tiny bit, but not a lot. So it's time to go back together. We have our fork lower, we have our dust seal, we have my homemade seal driver kit. This is just electrical tape rolled over. I'll explain that in a second. Then we have our oil seal, and that is in a very specific direction. It has to be the right way. We have a washer. We have this little fella. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we are going to take this and slide it into the yard. Now, the problem is, you see this bearing, it has to go super far into there, and normally you need this special tool, and it has to freaking smack that into place, and it has to be done nice, you know, or else you'll fuck it up. So this guy goes right here. So I just put a bunch of electrical tape on the tube itself, and basically I'm going to use this as like a slide hammer and just kind of smack the electrical tape, hope the electrical tape doesn't move, hope that the seal will smack itself into place. Dude, I love YouTube. I found this on YouTube, this tape trick. Now you can see right here, the seal is in place, and what I'm doing is just doing that until the seal went into its place, which it is now. It's hard for me to show with one hand. Come on. But now the seal is in its place, and I can put the little retaining guy on, and then all I have to do for this is... What was that? All I gotta do now is remove the tape. Okay, folks. So we have our fork back together with our seal all popped in place. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we have this piece here, which is the little damper doodad, and it's held in with a freaking Allen head here. You're supposed to replace the crush washers. I'll see if I got one. I'll replace that so we don't have no leaky leaks. This guy goes on the top of here because I was trying to do it by the books. The only thing I'm confused about now is doing the fluid. Like, this is too much for my little peanut brain to understand. You're supposed to have like so much fluid and so much air, and you like pump it and this and that or whatever. So I gotta look into that. I'm almost positive I'm gonna fuck it up. So leave it down in the comments. I'll probably end up redoing it because we still have pitting. It's either that or I'll get some new forks that are already ready to rock and roll. But for now, I'm gonna try and do my best to kind of compute from YouTube and forums and the good old book of wisdom here. It's not going to be perfect. As long as the suspension works good and it seems safe, we'll be all right for now. All right, after much dicking around, we have our fork seals replaced. We have fresh fluid in there, measured up all fancy pants like. I tried to bleed this out the best I could using multiple methods that the fucking YouTube say, and I mean, it seems to be doing the thing, so hopefully we're all right. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen. We have our forks back together. This is the first one I did, and the pitting is pretty real on this one. This one, not so bad. But we're going to see how fast they leak. If they leak, shit, I'll replace them, whatever. If they don't leak, I'm going to run them until they do leak, and then I will replace the lowers if I can, or just buy an entire set of forks. But now, I can put this front together, and we can see this bike on the ground with the forks, with the nice wheel on the ground, with its sweet little freaking swing arm all polished up, and its goddamn powder-coated, freaking pretty delicious-looking wheels. Shoo! All right, I'm going to put the forks back, at least try and get the front wheel on, and, you know, get this thing off of these stands. I hate this. It's so annoying. It's been in the way. I've been taking up a bunch of room for me and all the other guys in here, so be sick to get this thing on the ground, be able to roll it around, and just kind of see what things look like. Just like that, we back on the ground, baby. Choo! That was way more tedious and miserable than I thought it was gonna be today. But the forks are done. Everything is back on-ish. Like the front, I gotta torque everything down, but there's Loctite on all the bolts. Everything's kind of hand tight. So I do have to go over everything, just kind of make sure it's all solid. Gotta torque down the fork tubes, the this, that, whatever, everything. But big win, I can move the bike around now, which is sick. Like, it doesn't look like much now compared to, like, any other bike, but, dude, to the old self it was, man, it is shaping the fuck up. It looks so good. The back looks absolutely killer. Damn, shawty. I'm excited. I'm going to go home, take a shower. Actually, before that, I'm going to clean up my mess. This has been here forever. I'll get rid of this. Pick up all the plastics, just kind of move those out of the way. I was going through what I wanted to use. They're honestly all kind of junk. I should sell everything and just get new plastics, get some aftermarket Johnnies, and call it a day. But for now, we're gonna run the matte black aftermarket ones. All right, I will catch y'all guys in the morning, and we'll pimp this thing out, get it together, see what the bike looks like. All completed for phase one. Today's the day, everybody. Let's try and finish phase one of the CBR. I want to see this bike all together, looking nice, maybe put it down the road, maybe not. If I do put it down the road, I'll put a GoPro on. Might save that till next video and do like a full reaction, because I've never ridden one of these. Like, I rid down the road a little bit, but it'd be super cool to actually send this thing down the road and get my genuine reaction, see if I like it, see if it's got any problems. It very well might. We have no idea. Let's get cracking. All right, fellas, the bike is all together. Put the new grips on, put all the plastics on, put the friggin' levers on. That was a bitch. It took the longest out of everything. Just putting the levers on because they're Amazon. They were like 40 bucks. Can't expect perfection when you're buying cheap bullshit like that. But this bike looks pretty dang awesome. I want you guys to remember what the bike looked like before. I'm gonna throw a picture up now. It was ratty. Everything was a little fucked. Like, the thing didn't run right. Like, it did run. It got it running pretty easy, but it did not look the part. And right now, we're right around a $1,200 budget. I was aiming for $1,000. I think I can still get there. I have to sell the harness and like the extra plastics and stuff. And realistically, the plastics that are on it are gonna have to get replaced when I go for phase 2. But for now, this bike is looking killer. Let's check it out.
Fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Oh, shoot. There it is, boys. I think it looks so good. Like, it's not perfect, obviously. Like, the fucking plastics are super cheap replica plastics. They don't fit very good. I had to trim a couple things. I like my little Amazon levers. I had to do some finagling to make them fit, but the adjustability of them's nice. They're actually, like, they're pretty decent. A bunch of little shit went into this. Like these little kick plates, I just kind of clear coated one and then I could polish the other one up and it stayed fine. Like the frame itself, it's got some texture to it. I did the wrinkle black paint and I think it helped a lot. Like from here, it's hard to tell any imperfections really. But this is phase 1. What am I gonna do for phase 2? I don't know. I'm not sure. But it is New England riding season right now. It's gonna come to a close in probably like 3 weeks. Like it's gonna end so fast. As soon as it gets cold, like 50 40-ish, I stop riding. I'm not touching it, even like at night. This thing came out so good, dude. Like I think the budget's right around 1,100, maybe a shy over, maybe a shy bit under. I'll have to add everything up. This is the total spent on the bike for phase 1. Phase 1 is now complete. Everything's torqued down. Next video, I'm gonna take the thing for a ride. I gotta go buy a GoPro or a 360 camera or something, rig up a mic so you can hear me. We're gonna go do a motovlog style video if I can figure that out. And you will get my genuine reaction of this CBR600RR. So, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys wanna see me do in the comment section down below. Doesn't even have to pertain to this bike. Could be cars, motorcycles, dirt bikes, anything. Let me know and I'll check it out. Peace. Just took the bike down the road. Something doesn't feel right. It's very bumpy. Like that fucking does not look right. You've got to be shitting me.